Hello and welcome to our very first look at Starsector, the ultimate indie space game. This is a very, very beautiful open sandbox space style game where you can go out, you can build your own ships, you can be a smuggler, a trader, a bounty hunter, all sorts of things, a colonizer of planets, whatever you want to be. It is very open-ended. It is a game that came out like I think in 2011 originally, and it's been in development for an extremely long time by, I want to say, a single dev. It's one of these games that's an absolute passion project, a game of love made by just the small team who wants it to be everything that they want it to be. It's beloved by people. It's not even on Steam. You have to go to a separate website to download it. We're going to be taking a look at it this morning. It is a game I've been putting off for a very long time playing because of how addicting I hear it is. But come, join us. We're gonna start off. We're gonna venture out into the dark. My goal is to get ourselves probably the biggest carrier ship that we can. Just become an absolute mothership out on the frontier and see what happens to us along the way. I have been told to start off with some tutorials because they do explain a lot of stuff and combat is kind of complicated, but most importantly is that they also give you some stuff for when you actually start the game. So we're gonna start off as anyone would start off when playing. Let's go over the basics. Your flagship for this tutorial is a Hammerhead class destroyer. First things first, let's learn how to get it moving. By the way, you can pause and unpause by pressing space. WASD to move forward, C to bring your ship to a halt. Turn around, give it a try, press continue when you've got the hang of it. Moving the mouse pans your view. You can also use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Beautiful space effects. Ships can also strafe sideways, particularly useful if you want to move while keeping your front-facing weapons. Turn towards your mouse pointer while you strafe. So keep your cursor on top of the target. They didn't tell me what the strafe buttons were. I'm assuming E and W, or E and Q. Yeah. Did they actually say? No, they didn't. That's hilarious. There's an enemy ship at your 12 o'clock. Its weapons and maneuvering systems are disabled. Hold down Shift and press A and D to circle around the ship. Oh, you can also do it that way. Continue when you feel comfortable. So it looks like the ship is all the way up here. We'll get a little vibe of it. What do we got? Deployment points, command points, clean, disengage. Okay, so when you hold shift, it'll lock you to the cursor. Yeah, I see. Versus E and Q can also just... Cool. All right. So that makes a lot of sense in terms of just like spinning around it. I like how there's different strafe commands. The lock-on command, lock-on cursor is really, really useful for a game like this. Now on to weapons. The Hammerhead weapons are organized in 3 groups, 1, 2, and 3. Looks like assault chain guns, Sabot SRMs, and PD lasers. Kerblamo. Dope. Guided missiles require a target. By default, they'll lock onto an enemy nearest to your cursor when you fire. You can lock onto specific enemies to ensure missiles go after it, and to see more information, press R to target an enemy. Ooh, cool. Wow, that is so much information. On to defenses. Most ships use shields to defend against incoming damage. The Hammerhead has front-facing shields, but some ships have omnidirectional that can rotate. Right-click to turn on our shields. Firing most weapons except for missiles generates flux. Your ship has limited flux capacity, and managing what you use is key to survival. You can see your current flux in the lower left corner of the screen. Yeah, right down here. Okay. Fire your assault chain guns for a bit and watch them build up flux. Interesting, he's also taking flux here. The flux from firing these dissipates almost as quickly as it's generated. Different ships and ship loadouts dissipate flux at different rates, so you can support varying amounts of weapons. Shields generate flux continuously while they're up and generate more flux when they absorb damage. Okay. Keeping them off will let you put out more firepower. Right-click to turn on your shields. Blam. The enemy ship has stopped firing, but your flux level isn't going down. Flux gained when shields absorb damage is called hard flux. Only dissipates while the shields are off. So you cannot keep your shields up indefinitely when taking damage. Shield gained from firing weapons is soft flux and dissipates when shields are up. The notch on your flux bar indicates your hard flux level. Okay, right-click to turn off your shields and let the flux dissipate. I feel like I might need to make the UI bigger, but it's hard to say. Let's see what happens if you keep your shields under fire for too long. Right-click, turn on your shields, and let the enemy keep firing. Overload. When the ship is overloaded, it can't fire or raise shields, dissipate flux slowly, but can still maneuver. Wait for the overload to end. Okay, so I can still move. Now that the ship is no longer overloaded, flux is back to dissipating at a normal rate. You can also vent flux to dissipate at double. Your ship can't fire or use shields, so you generally only want to do it when it's safe. Press V. Oh, looks like we're going into the warp. Oh man, now I wonder, is there a Warhammer mod for this game? I hear there's a very good modding scene for this game. You've been flanked by a pair of Lasher class frigates. We're going to start launching missiles at you. These missiles aren't very effective versus well-armored ships. Sit tight. It's nice to shoot them down. We've got point defense lasers just for that. It's almost impossible to manually target all the incoming missiles. You can set any weapon group to auto-fire, making the weapons identify and attack targets on their own. Control 3 to enable auto-fire for the PD lasers. Oh. Auto-fire. Cool. Now that the lasers switch to attacking the missiles as soon as they're launched, point defense weapons will prioritize missiles. Regular weapons do not target missiles automatically. Each ship has a special system, an active ability it can perform. For the Hammerhead, it's an accelerated ammo feeder that greatly increases the rate of fire for ballistics weapons. Some ship systems have limited uses. Some generate flux, some have a cooldown, some have a combination. The accelerated ammo feeder must cool down before it can be used. Press F and fire the chain guns to see its effect. Oh, cool. Yeah, you can see it right there. You've completed the basic combat tutorial. Good stuff. All right, so at least the tutorials are pretty quick. A little bit. Advanced combat tutorial. Flagship is the same. Hammerhead. Point defense lasers have been swapped out for ion cannons. Sick. Let's take a job at picking the right weapon for the job. Each weapon deals a type of particular damage. Kinetic does extra damage to shields, but bad to armor. Since the enemy weapon has shields up, let's start off by firing missiles at it. Extremely effective at bringing down shields. The shields are down. Overloaded is in progress. The ship is vulnerable. Bring down its armor. High explosive deals extra damage to armor, but only 50% to shields. Switch to your chain guns and punch through the armor. This is where you press the F button, too. The ship is taking hull damage now. Let's finish it off. When a ship is disabled, the explosion deals damage to all nearby ships except for fighters. Make sure you're far enough away to avoid damage. About a ship's length should be enough. Okay, that's sick. Two types of damage we haven't looked at yet. Fragmentation deals 25 to armor and shields, but causes little flux and high base DPS, making it effective versus exposed hull or lightly armor unshielded targets like missiles and fighters. Energy damage deals 100 of its listed damage to everything. Some weapons deal EMP. Doesn't affect shields, armor, or hull, but it can disable enemy weapons and engines. Your ion cannon deals lots of EMP. Disable some of the weapons on the Enforcer. Now maneuver behind the enemy ship to disable its engines. So let's do the strafing thing. You'll need to take out more than half of its engines to cause a total flame out. The ship is now a sitting duck. You'll be able to maneuver, won't be able to maneuver at all until the engines are back online. Non-EMP weapons can also disable engines and weapons, but EMP weapons bypass armor and get it done faster. Taking another look at shields. Turn on your shields and sit tight for a moment. You're going to be attacked by beam weapons. What is the shield button? Not F. Not H. E? Right click? Thank you. How quickly we forget. Your ship is not building up flux despite the shields being under fire. This is because beam weapons generate soft flux when hitting shields. They may seem weak, but remember that this flux still needs to be dissipated, leaving so much flux dissipation to power weapons. Beam weapons are also very efficient and need a little flux to fire. Some ships receive an engine boost on top speed and maneuverability when their flux levels are at 0. Turning shields on, even without taking damage, is enough to cancel the bonus. Travel through the nebula in front of your ship, and notice how your ship moves faster when the shields are down. I gotta be honest, I didn't notice anything at all. This engine boost is particularly important for large ships which have a low top speed. To maintain our engine boost for a ship without auto-firing weapons, you can press X to hold fire. Carriers need to press Z to pull back their fighters. You've completed the advanced combat tutorial. Can't wait to get some fighters. Alright, Fleet Command, the final tutorial. Welcome to the Fleet Command tutorial. Let's get started. At the start of a battle, you have to decide what ships to deploy. Recovering after a deployment costs supplies. You don't want to just deploy everything. If you have one ship, it's deployed automatically. To deploy ships, press the reinforcement button in the top right corner. Okay, we have Wolf-class support frigates and a Hammerhead. Let's deploy everything. Let's create some assignments for our ships to carry out. First thing we want to do is capture some objectives, locations especially suited for the deployment of nav buoys, sensor arrays, or comm relays. The bonuses these provide are modest, but they add up, especially given if you don't hold them, the enemy will. Click on the nav buoy. Select capture. Avoid, capture, assault, rally task force, rally civilian craft, cancel assignment. Oh man, I thought combat was just combat. I didn't realize there was all these different like capture points and stuff. So the nearby frigate is there. To pan the mouse around, right click and drag. You can also toggle command UI by pressing tab. But don't do this yet. No, I'm going to do it. Okay. Creating an assignment costs a command point, but also opens the command channel. When it's opens, giving orders is free. You can manually assign a ship to perform a task. Select one of the other frigates. Oh, this guy. And right click on the comm relay. An appropriate selection is made, and when you've clicked on, in this case, capture, you can assign specific ships to existing assignments by selecting them and right-clicking on the assignment. Now that the orders are locked in, let's unpause and wait for your ships to secure the objective. Well, I feel like probably some extra homies should go, like, here. Whoa. Keep an eye on what's doing by clicking on the show video feed. Where is that? Show video feed button, F. Exit this feed anytime by pressing escape. Or by pressing F. Pressing and holding Q will show a quick video feed that only lasts for as long as the button is held down. Press tab to open the command UI if necessary. Don't forget to unpause. Once both objectives are captured, it will keep going. Enemy ships in sight. Let's give a couple of orders and make the battle smooth for your side. The enemy cruiser is tough but relatively harmless. We'd like our ships to focus on the more dangerous enemy first. Select the cruiser and select avoid. Now let's order our ships to focus on the enemy destroyer. If the only target left, so they'll naturally do that anyway, but giving an eliminate order will also make them more aggressive. Select the destroyer. Select eliminate. Some of our ships will now engage the enemy destroyer and the rest will hold the objectives, with all avoiding the enemy cruiser. You may have noticed that not directly controlling a ship at this moment. This can happen if you can't deploy your flagship or if your flagship is destroyed. Let's transfer command to the hammerhead so you can pilot it yourself and play out the rest of the battle. Select the hammerhead and press transfer command. Then wait for the shuttle pod to take you to your flagship. Oh, cool. You've completed the first command tutorial. Feel free to experiment with other assignments and explore the tactical options. See if you can win this battle. Harpoons, railguns, and heavy mortars. Sensor jammer deployed. These are what, medium range missiles? Oh yeah, there we go. How do we lock onto guys? Yeah, I can't remember nothing. Heavy mortars and railguns. Oh, I should really have my shields up, I guess. Okay, so damage is, like, fast. So I guess now we would say that everybody just goes chase down the bad guy. Wow, not having my shields up, that thing stripped me to half hull almost instantly. I like that they gave me a bunch of weapons that I'm like, I have no idea what anything is. R is to lock on, okay. Ping pong. Yeah. Oh, I think I'm out of guns. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Where are all my homies? I guess they're not coming in because I've told them all to avoid this guy, right? Ooh, that's a lot of missiles. But they'll go in afterwards. So the railgun is like pretty short range. The heavy mortar is actually out of ammunition here. Oh yeah, there you go though. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. I should probably back out. Uh-oh. 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 Oh! Come on, little beam weapons. Cool. All right. That gives us a vibe. That gives us a vibe. All right. Let's start a brand new game. Identifying ship. Ooh, lots of options for who we want to look like. Oh my god, so many options. I feel like Space Pirate is a bit of our vibe in general. Faceless Space Pirate. Turgus Maximus. Honorific. Captain Turgus Maximus. Iron mode. I mean, I'm going to play soft iron mode, which is... I don't intend to reload any saves. There's definitely not going to be saves coming. But in a alpha game, as it says, use at your own risk. And especially where we're learning. We'll go with a normal size mixture of a mixed age, sure. And we're in. They look just like us, right? Libby, hello, good morning. Space Mountain Blade, let's cook, right? Red Torpedo, known as a Reaper, is one of the highest damage, but dumbfire weapons. Ooh, I do love a good dumbfire weapon. Like a dumbfire missile shotgun. Our most recent occupation. A bounty hunter, a scavenger, an explorer, a mercenary, or a freelancer. These are faster starts. A randomized collection of ships, slightly weaker overall than any of the faster starts, but roughly in the same category. The Wolf class is a sleek and deadly combat frigate, best used near civilization or with support of other ships. The Wayfarer is an ungainly vessel with an excellent capacity for carrying cargo, fuel, and crew. Combat abilities limited, but not to be discounted. Designed to operate on the fringes of civilization, it's quite capable of defending itself. Hammerhead, Apogee. I feel like... part of me kind of just wants to go totally random. Slightly weaker overall than a faster start, but roughly in the same category. Scavenger. Combat freighter. I mean, this seems like the closest thing to a carrier ship. So I think we're going to go with this. In addition, our fleet contains a Kite-class shuttle under the command of an experienced subordinate or a Shepherd-class drone tender with a cargo of heavy machinery. Kite-class is a light and nimble ship, not capable of doing much damage. It's capable of being a persistent distraction, especially in the hands of an officer with the right set of defensive skills. The Shepherd is not a combat ship, slow and fragile, although its drones are capable of providing decent support. Its true value lies in a generous cargo hold. No. Let's have like... numerous salvaging and surveying oriented hull features. Well, cargo of heavy machinery is also useful in running salvage and surveying operations. I mean, that could be the way we start, is as scavengers. Try to scavenge us a proper ship. And have him as support while we become more of the combat boat. Actually, that does sound like a decent idea. Select the campaign difficulty. Easy is recommended for a first-time player. Normal. You need to start at least one game with the tutorial. Oh, there is also another tutorial. Start as magical space catcurls and then boom, carrier. We're such a tiny little boat. Welcome to the Pearson sector. Your fleet is in the middle of nowhere and critically low on supplies. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but ultimately fatal decline. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up to it and activate the scavenge ability to search for cargo. Requires heavy machinery, but there is some in your cargo bay. Make sure to take all the supplies and other valuable cargo. Leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. Oh my god, we're such a little baby ship. Oh, you can just click to move. Press 6 to start scavenging. The fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scans indicate it's likely something of value could be found inside. Indications to what salvage may be had is not easy to get into. There's a significant risk involved in running a salvage operation. Let's assess it. 80 crew. Requires 30 heavy machinery. Scavenging effectiveness is 33%. The density of the debris field affects both the amount of resources. I mean, let's begin. An accident during the operation has resulted in the loss of 1 crew and 4 heavy machinery. Oh, that's pretty good. We got heavy machinery from it. We got fuel. That's good. Metals and supplies. It said to leave the heavy metals behind, but I feel like we could always just eject those later. Press F to quick save and advance the tutorial. I can't scavenge more of this stuff? Like, refitting a ship. Okay, so don't want to do that. I guess F5. A pirate fleet is approaching. First off, you spot its sensor contact, then an unidentified fleet. When it gets very close, you see its true colors. The pirate ship is a shoddy rust bucket. If you do lose, you can quick save. Even so, combat can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploy ships in a battle reduces the combat readiness. Recovering CR consumes supplies. Fighting is often necessary. Wait for the pirate fleet to approach and defeat them. No colonies. Oops. Okay, so the map combat is kind of like different than the combat. Map UI and commands. They prevent you from disengaging. It doesn't appear to be certain of your identity. Any hostilities will have reduced impact on your reputation. I mean, let's open a comm link. You should have sent the real Navy, not some grounder leaking in their backsuit. All right. You decide to engage. You can select which ships to deploy at the beginning of each battle. Deploy reinforcements. Deploying a ship reduces its combat readiness by a fixed amount. Ships will gradually lose combat readiness after their peak readiness. Does the drone tender even have weapons? I feel like it probably doesn't. I think I'm just going to keep that in the back, and we're going to go one-on-one. We have light assault guns, an ion cannon, a bunch of Vulcan cannons. Ooh. Turn! I forgot my shields. These are auto cannons. I have flare launchers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm dead. Oh, we won! Oh my god, I have like one hull left. Order a full retreat. I am disabled. Their ship is retreating. All ships all not retreating will be issued a retreat order. You cannot deploy reinforcements or give any more orders. Your flagship can retreat by reaching the bottom edge of the map. Preliminary reports indicate approximately 30 crew and no Marines were lost during the last engagement. Your forces were victorious. The pirate ship maneuvers to disengage. The opposing fleet is able to disengage cleanly as your forces are unable to offer pursuit. One crew and no Marines were rescued from life pods. A salvage chief reports that a ship disabled during the battle can be restored to basic functionality. Recovering ships instead of breaking them for salvage will greatly reduce the salvage gained from these ships. Consider ship recovery. Yikes. I mean, I guess. Relationships with pirates reduce. Recover 28 credits from CPU cores in the wreckage. Your fleet doesn't have enough personnel to fully crew all your ships. The result of reduced combat readiness and combat readiness recovery for affected ships. You can concentrate the available crew on specific ships by mothballing some. Okay, so I think I actually screwed up there by taking too much damage. So I do, believe it or not, need to load that save. That's good. We learned something, which is remember to turn your shields on. I would like to know, like, what my weapons do. Autocannon, assault gun, linked auto fire, linked auto fire, linked auto fire. Oh, all my guns are on auto fire. Can I launch flares? No. Okay, so we can't put that shield back up, though. The ion cannon is here. So if it's got no guns... Okay, so the auto cannon's auto shoot, obviously. So the key there is really, we got to make sure that the ion cannon knocks out their weapons. This time we lost 3 Marines. Well, that's significantly better. And our ship is not completely disabled. Ooh, plus we got a Vulcan cannon. A rapid-fire ballistic PDEC, especially devastating to missiles and fighters at near point blank. Your fleet's supply consumption has gone up. Recovering combat readiness use to deploy ships into battle costs supplies, as does repairing battle damage. To reduce supply use, repairs and CR recovery on ships can be suspended from the fleet screen. Suspend repairs, resume all repairs. Okay. Quick save. You have story points and skill points and a level up. You gain a skill point with each level up and an additional point at the start of the campaign. You can gain story points as you gain experience. Can be used to make exceptional actions to make your own story. Oh, that's really cool. Tutorial will introduce using these in a bit later on. Pretty sure the person who told us about things from the tutorial had in mind this tutorial and not the previous one. Yeah, I think so. You gained a level. Skill points are used to learn skills. Skills are arranged in 4 things: combat, leadership, technology, and industry. Each aptitude has a number of tiers. You advance in the higher tiers by picking skills from the lower ones, naturally. Skills that affect your piloted ship, all combat skills, and a few others can be made elite at the cost of story points. Max level you can reach is 15. Press C to open the character tab. Combat, leadership, tech, and industry. Aspects of your fleet officers' combat performance. Performance of your fleet and officers of your flagship. Affects all combat ships. All ships. So this is like nav rating, weapon damage. Fighter losses, fighter uplink, carrier group. Okay, so leadership is probably what I want to go up. Permanent hull mods onto ships. Non-elite helmsman expertise. I mean, I don't know what most of this means. This is pretty straightforward combat. Technology gives us things like elite officers, recovery of automated ships such as derelict drones. Automated ships can only be captained by AI cores. Well, that's pretty cool. All of your ships are almost always recoverable if lost in combat. I feel like we might be leadership and technology. Terrain movement penalty detected. Auto fire weapons. Faster fighter replenishment rate. Increased top ship speed. Converts built-in fighter bays into improvised cargo holds. Improvised fighter bays for non-carriers. Affects all ships with fighter bays and grants increased effect to ships with officers, including flagships. Affects all fighters and grants increased effect off ships with officers. Okay, well, I want to do this one to start, because I feel like now I can convert some of our non-carrier things into hangars and fighter bays. And then I guess let's get a technology. We'll go with sensors. Requires at least 4 lower tier skills. Yeah, I feel like leadership and technology is what we can go for. And if not, it looks like you can reassign them later. Go from peasant scavenger to super scavenger. That's kind of a bit of the vibe for sure. Shortly after dispatching the pirates, you receive a tight beam communication from your system's main inhabited world. The message is brief and asks you to travel there. Lay in a course for Ankara. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps keep track of where you're going. Press E to open the intel screen. Show on the map. Lay in course. Also press tab to open the map and locate it manually. Okay. Or we can say this one. Show on map. Ooh. Show on map. Lay in course. Okay. Oh, cool. We'll like automatically travel there as well. It's pretty far away. It'll take a while to get there at this rate. Sustained burn is useful for long distance travel. Will briefly stop the fleet and reduce its acceleration to a minimum, but the maximum burn level will be much higher. Sustained burn can be interrupted by other fleets activating on an interdiction pulse. Also press shift to speed up time. Sustained burn. Cool. You're coming up on an asteroid belt. If you go through at full speed, there's a chance your fleets might be knocked off course. Some of your ships might even suffer damage. A slow-moving fleet avoids this danger. Press and hold S to move slowly. The danger is low, however, especially since the belt is thin and you're going across it. You could also get away with just going full speed. I'm going to press S. Then I'll let go of S. That's cool. So it's just like you put the brakes on. The fleet is getting close to Ankara, which is controlled by the Hegemony, a major militaristic faction. While in Hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping transponders on. This is shared by most, though not all, major factions. It makes you highly visible. Everyone seeing it will know who you are, unlike the pirate fleet, which you had to be very close to identify. It is a crippling disadvantage in hostile space to keep your transponder on, but as we get closer to port, we'd like to get there. It's a good idea to turn it on. Activate the transponder to avoid unwanted attention from patrols and receive your docking clearance. Ron, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Industry's pretty good at the start to get as well. Okay, interesting. You were playing Dave or Die, Children of Rain. Oh, is that I think Billy Kirby was playing that yesterday. It's sort of like Darkest Dungeon meets Dave the Diver. I hope it was fun. We're playing Starsector for the very first time ever today. And we're literally just finishing up the tutorial. Since turning it on and off has major consequences, it requires a double tap to turn on and off. Once to prime it, once to confirm. Press 1 to turn on the transponder. Transponder on. Welcome on in. Our fleet is running low on supplies. All repairs will stop and ships will start to lose combat readiness. After more than a couple of days without supplies, the fleet begins to run the risk of accidents, such as the loss of cargo to losing a ship. It's recommended to acquire supplies as soon as possible. You can suspend ship repairs or scuttle one of your ships. I guess let's suspend all repairs. How do I know how many supplies I have? 21. We're using 4 a day right now for repairs. But all of our ships are... Oh, we're about to finish repairing, so we can just keep going. The game is amazing. D the D and DD. Your fleet approaches Ankara Orbital Facility. Recruitment hollows greet incoming spacers. Join the Navy. See the sector. A matte patch of wall painting suggests that a cheeky addition to the slogan has already been removed by a maintenance drone. Your fleet transmit ID codes via the transponder and you're soon granted docking clearance. I don't know, open the comm directory. Station commander. You establish requests accepted surprisingly quickly, given that a citizen has many responsibilities. You've come, excellent. As you're well aware recently, I suppose you can skip that part. I could use a refresher on recent events. A team from the Galactic Academy has been running experiments on the dormant gate in the system. So this is like the plot of Starsector, trying to connect it back to the domain's gate network. Promising experiments, or so they thought, until an energy pulse we expected would get a response destabilized the jump points into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain, writ small. The small stars have a sense of irony, do they not? Okay, so we're on like a fringe of space. The miners of the station, which is located in the system, was also operating near a subsistence level were hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come out of desperation, no doubt, but there were deaths and they've put themselves well outside the law. The leaders know that if the jump points are stabilized and the system is once again part of the sector, they can look forward to a life sentence at a penal colony at absolute best. The miners turned pirates are guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent readings and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We have a security detachment that can handle their forces, but they're tied up defending the system. The pirates are too much for you to take on, but fortunately you don't have to. We got an agent on the station who was able to gain access to recent sensor readings from the ships guarding the jump points, but they've not been able to get a long-range comm array to send data to us. That's where you come in. Head to the station, retrieve the data from our agent, and then return here. What's in it for me? A mercenary, some credits naturally, the more along the way. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to connect with the rest of the sector. What is the plan? Make sure you turn off your transponder once you undock. I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. The pirates might think you're one of their own and approach the station without trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you go closer to make sure you can't get too good at reading of your fleet. You can also approach along the asteroid belt. That'll give you almost perfect cover as long as you're moving slowly. If they do notice me, then you're in trouble. Activate emergency burn to get out of there. Lose them, come back around and try again. Don't emergency burn unless you really need to, though. It's hard on the ships, costs you more supplies, eats up a good chunk of fuel. Good luck. Stabilize the jump points. Do you think we can side with the pirates in this? I really hope we can. Because I would obviously love to side with the pirates if we can. Minor pirates, right? Kids these days. Take a shuttle down to visit the dockside bar. You look into a fine-looking establishment. You enter a crowded, well-lit space and take on the rows of taps, adoring the wall under bottles, every one of the core worlds, few from elsewhere. All right, nothing we can do there. Trade goods, hire crew, buy or sell ships, or refit. Left click to pick up a stack. Right click, shift click to pick up items one at a time. Shift click and hold, then drag. Control click gives you all of them. So we could sell off all those metals we picked up. Broadsword LPC. Oh, these are like entire ships. Talon LPC. Stabilized shields mod spec. Reduces the amount of soft flux raised shields generate per second. Pylum LRMs, heavy mortars, Sabbat SRMs, auto cannons, harpoons, which are medium range missiles, and light machine guns. And we also have this little Vulcan cannon that I want to see if we can get going. Damn, this stuff is expensive, man. I want to buy some of those. Sell metals for 538. Buy 2 supplies for 553. That's unbelievable. 30% tariffs? Yes, now. I thought this was America. While refitting a ship docked at a space station, you can mount both the weapons in your cargo hold and the ones available for purchase at the station. Undoing the changes will refund the credits only if you haven't navigated away. So I have a Vulcan cannon, a Vulcan cannon, a Vulcan cannon, an ion cannon, a dual auto cannon, and a light assault gun. Excellent against armor. Quite effective at bringing shields down. Shorter effective range. The ion cannon is only on the sides, which is really inconvenient, but... And then the Vulcan cannons are like PDCs. Aha. So truth be told, I'd be better off putting else like something else like an ion cannon on this side where the Vulcan is. The Shepherd class has a single Vulcan cannon and a Salamander medium missile launcher. So can I give you... Auto fit simulation next with free OP. Can I add just not what I want. Fighter bays of borer drones. Combat modified mining drone is nonetheless capable of keeping hostiles off its mothership for a time. Present a credible threat for smaller combat ships. Light autocannons, Vulcan cannons. Okay, so I guess it's just like I don't have any other weapon slots on these ships. Seems to be the case. There's mining in this? There is, I believe, yeah. Build in. Story points to build hull mods into the ship, reducing their ordnance cost. I don't want to do that. Can I add some docks? OP. Ordnance points required to install the hull mod of this current ship. We have flux distributors. Not as efficient as flux vents. Useful when adding a design that already carries maximum number of vents. And bulkheads. This is what I want, is like a converted fighter bay or a converted hangar. Shuttle hangar to do a fighter bay. Cannot be installed on a frigate. So, all right. What are my military options? Security detachment supporting the opposing sides. A hegemony orbital station dominates the orbit and prevents any hostile actions aside from a quick raid unless it's dealt with. The defending ships present and the support of the station sufficient to prevent raiding as well. Orbital station. Elite heavy cruisers, strike carriers, escort destroyers, assault destroyers, frigates, rocket bombers, and heavy fighters. So this is like you can take over, I'm pretty sure, any station in this game. Lower deck righting. Half the guns have various malfunctions and are not working. Ship navigators had exploded. Command deck on fire. Another wonderful day in an Imperial battleship. So I got to go to this orbital station. And it kind of recommended that I go via asteroid belt. So let's do that. It's the vibe I get. Seems to be the right choice. And then it seems... Oh! Oh! It said if I went through this asteroid field, I could be sneaky. Oh, I see. I just have to avoid these kind of asteroids. Transponder is still on. Oh my god, thank you. Interdiction pulse, scavenge, sustained burn, emergency burn, go dark. Forces the fleet to move slowly. So like that asteroid, I got to avoid. Go with dark through an asteroid field? This is so sneaky. Just out of their range. And then we sneak on board the mining station. Whew. Never a station which overwhelmed visitors with welcome. Darren Q is now sports a fresh patchwork of emergency hull seal plates and greets outsiders with suspicious looks traded between miners and lately armed Immunisec militia. Your fleet goes into orbit around the mining station. The local port authority seems to take no issue with your explanation of why your transponder, regrettably, can't be turned on. I mean, open the comm directory. boss, port boss, quartermaster. I feel like, hold on a second. Can I quick save? I can leave, quick save, and then re-enter. I want to try talking straight to the boss to see if we can, like, sell out the agent. Tried to tell my officer this is not technically viable or makes sense, but he laughed at me, ordered us to charge the Titan with bayonets. Your fleet approaches the mining station. You connect with the local comms. Comms open state your request. Okay, so it just seems like I have to just do the tutorial. Upon contacting the agent using a special comms ID, we exchange fast phrases to verify each other's identities. The agent transpons a data file with recent raw sensors of the unstable jump points. What do you guys got going on here? Thumpers. A rotary cannon generously engineered to provide for great ease of operation. Weapon officers across the professional navies of the Persian sector, meanwhile, curse the Thumper for rewarding poor maintenance habits. Fragmentation. Mining blasters. Light machine guns. Harpoon MRMs. Hammer class torpedoes. Auto cannons and mortars. Surveying equipment reduces the heavy machinery and supplies required to perform surveys depending on hull size. Emergency overhaul. Talon LPCs. So I guess like these are ships? Or maybe they're fighters? Capable of dispatching enemy fighters. Those might actually be fighters. No, we are down a lot of supplies here, I gotta tell you. Wow, we are down a lot of supplies. We used like 20 supplies coming down here. Recreational drugs. Harvested organs. My man. Should I have been buying things off the black market here instead? 274. 274, same amount. So now we just cut out through here and we head back to the station. So we can put on the sustained burn and turn our transponder back on. Those are fighter wings. Okay, okay. So there's good debris up there if we wanted to go do some scavenging. Probably not a bad idea for us. You have the data. Well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data file. I got the system running a preliminary analysis of the data. I believe you're due a reward. Relationship improved. 5,000 bucks. Is there a problem? The system estimates it to take about a cycle to analyze the data and come up with the stabilization algorithm. By then, the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it was meaningless. If we had an AI core, we could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in the system, one left over from the initial exploration. It should have at least one AI core. Why hasn't it been salvaged? Domain artifacts are usually protected by automated defenses that function to this day. The probe is no exception. The hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts. Desperate times, however. Okay, so the domain is like all about AI. I feel like I'm definitely not joining the hegemony. My data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Get there, then head out, use an active sensor burst to get sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform salvage, bring back the AI core. You might have to turn off the uninhabited option on the map filter. I have to buy some more supplies, unfortunately, with all that money you just gave me. Because I ran into so many asteroids. Pontus, but I don't want to play as Pontus. Fully surveyed. So, press F5 to quick save, the game tells me. And then... oh, there's so many. E for intel. Stabilize the jump points. Show on map. Lay in course. I'm assuming, yeah, okay. I was going to say, I'm assuming our pilots are smart enough to not just, like, slam into a star. Let's slow down through that asteroid field, because I guess that's an asteroid field. You approach Pontus and have a full survey data for the planet. The system is cut off from hyperspace, and the jump points are unstable. The crew and the officers are muted, on edge. You judge it's likely any amount of hazard pay could overcome a near superstitious fear spacers have of being stranded in a system like this. Establishing a colony here is not an option. Oh, cool. Interdiction pulse, emergency burn, active sensor burst. It looked like there was something out there. I'm not entirely certain what I'm looking for here. I'm assuming unidentified entity. Domain probe. That would be it. Countless thousands of robot probe ships sent out to the galaxy by the domain to find new resources to exploit, planets to colonize and explore. Produced by automated motherships. Okay, I definitely want to join the domain if they're just like automated robot carriers. Slamming into a star is very much a thing. Even more fun if it's a neutron star. Oh my god. Pitted by small artifacts, the probe's hull displays iridescence typical of fearsome radiation scarring. This probe's manufacturer could well date to 1,000 cycles ago. As your fleet moves closer, several energy signatures are detected. Fire support drones, assault drones. So I'm going to bring in both guys this time. Because I feel like... Transfer command, show video feed, light escort, medium escort, search and destroy, retreat, direct retreat, defend this location or ship. Yeah, he has little fighters. Oh, I'm already about to burst out on that shield. I gotta turn that off to let my flux go down. I think we did good. Yeah, I think we did good there. Complete victory in the last engagement. Let's pick through the wreckage. Fuel, metals, light machine guns. What, I can't take all of this? Well, give me the fuel over the metal for sure. You're taking more salvage than your fleet has capacity to carry. Oh, I understand. I'm literally at fuel capacity. Cool. Your fleet mops up the automated defenses. A weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if it's random noise or some kind of encrypted signal. You receive a preliminary assessment of the potential salvage. Crew, machinery. Oh, it's saying I need up to 100 crew to do this properly. cash money. Gamma Core. Gamma Core AI. Gamma level AI cores capable of supporting most human endeavors, making up for a lack of creativity and problem solving with prodigious computational prowess. Assigning a gamma to aid humans overseeing and administrating a colony-wide industry brings significant benefits. Selling AI cores on the open market is prohibited. However, higher-up faction representatives are willing to exchange AI cores for large sums of cash when communicated with directly, though the reasons for doing so may vary. Cool. What is all this stuff floating about around us? A debris field, unstable, likely something of value. Significant risk involved in running a salvage operation. First time Starsector, huh? Just don't download any mods? Not yet. We're gonna play the base game for now. Doctor! Thank you for the 37 months, my dude. Hello, hello. Think I might do an Odysseus playthrough in Total War? Nice. That is a probes. Theory of probes. Let's salvage this. I guess why not? Loss of 2 heavy machinery, but oh, we got 2 heavy machinery back. And we are over cargo capacity. It's costing us 1.9 supplies a day. So let's just dump some of that metal. And then we're going to head back to Andria, I guess, on a sustained burn. Rip through an asteroid belt there. Just the rabbit holes. Yeah, I got a feeling this is going to be a heck of a rabbit hole of a game. It reminds me a lot. I grew up playing a game called Escape Velocity, which was basically this, but on Mac. And it was very, very good. Escape Velocity Nova, in particular, was an excellent game in the series. But it was this sort of style of gameplay. I think a lot less narrative. This is doing a much better job of it right now. You know, it's got many, many years on it, so. Escape Velocity, yes, such a fun game, right? I got my technicians working on this right away. This should cover your expenses. 8,000 bucks, thank you. That's not worth what the Gamma Core was worth, but I'll send you the stabilization algorithm when the core works up. Once you have it, it'd be a means of running it using your fleet's drive field and means of interacting with the jump points. Still a matter of miners guarding the jump points. You said their forces are significant. Our security detachment could handle them, but as I mentioned, it's tied down defending the base. Your fleet, on the other hand, might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck. What's the alternative? There's a ship graveyard around Tetra, ships that were deemed not worthy the effort to restore, awaiting bulk transit to one of the shipbreaking facilities elsewhere. Now, though, they could serve our needs. Go there and recover all the ships you can, break the ones you can't for supplies. Bring enough crew to operate the recovered ships, perhaps an extra 100 or so. You'll need to transport them somehow too. Take this Mud Skipper, consider it part of your reward. Mud Skipper class civilian transport. Recover at least 2 ships at Tetra. 2 supplies. We repair our ships. I have a light machine gun and a Vulcan, which I guess we might use. So, how much room do I have? I have up to 180 here. I need 1 left. So that would be 5,300, but that would max out our crew, which would help with the scavenging. This seems like a good idea. Expanded magazine. Mark 9 autocannon. An imposing medium-range autocannon, which is used most effectively against shield, will obliterate unarmored hulls. Heavy mortars. I mean, I don't know what my ship can even use, but looks like we're about to go get a bunch of ships. Tetra. Hazard rating of 200. Let's head out there. Game very much reminds me of Escape Velocity. Yeah, remember Flash game was this, but Star Trek? Yes, okay, nice. Did the fleet stop movement? I can't have at least some resemblance of how it would actually be. I mean, I assume we have, you know, jets on the front and the back. That is a lot of derelict ships. Light carriers, Wolf-class frigate, shuttle, class 2 destroyer, shuttle, freighter, destroyer, tanker. Okay, I want the carrier for sure. This ship is not easily recoverable, but it would be useful in the upcoming fight. You can use a story point to make it recoverable. Do this now by selecting the appropriate option. Condor-class light carrier. Preliminary assessment of the potential salvage operation. Yeah, we have more than enough guys for this. Special measures might be taken to recover the ship. Sometime later, you hear back from your chief engineer who mumbles about being a miracle worker to someone off screen before noticing you've picked up the call. Commander, looks like we might be able to pull this off. I'll say you're not going to find what I'm going to do in any manual. It wouldn't pass any inspection, but then again, we're not in the hegemony fleet. It will fly, though. Take a look at the chief engineer's report and make a decision. Difficult recovery requires story points. Faulty automated systems, erratic fuel injector, compromised hull. Story points remaining 4. 180 crew available. Yeah. It's going to take a lot of them. I'm going to recover. It's now part of the fleet. Some of your ships are dangerously combat readiness. You're going to take a lot of supplies to repair right now. The Orphan of Earth, the Einstein's Demon, and the Tychonaut. Dram-class tanker. I feel like this Buffalo MK2 class destroyer is probably pretty good. It's going to leave me a little low on crew, but that's okay. Your ship doesn't have enough personnel to fully crew all your ships. That's fine. All crews under strength. Combat readiness, hull integrity. Can't be used in combat. Do not provide any fuel, cargo, or personnel capacity. Will reduce its combat readiness to 0. Scuttle, suspend repairs, refit. I mean, I could definitely mothball the civilian transport. Seems reasonable. So you burn the main jets in the back for like 90% of the time and then stop with the front ones in the rest of the time. We all probably know the Netflix series, which actually did that very nice. Expanse? Are you thinking of? Wasn't technically a Netflix series. Ridiculous to have the jets twice on a rocket. Are we trying to move fast? No, we're trying to be a big carrier. So there's a tanker, a shuttle, a frigate, a shuttle, a lasher, frigate, a freighter, and another destroyer. I have 2 more story points. So obviously I'm thinking like, should I maybe just get another one of these big Hammerhead class destroyers? I could get fighter LPCs by taking out this Hammerhead class. You know what? Damaged weapon mounts. I feel like I should take all the big ships. And then we'll rip apart everything else. I didn't even need to do special measures to get that one. So we'll do salvage operations here. Dram class tanker. This one we can also get for free. I'm having a hard time not saying recover whatever ships we can. Right? Why not get a big fleet? You say free, there's a cost of crew and supplies, right? The cost. Yeah, but like surely I could then just bring these ships back and then scuttle them, you know, or whatever. Sell them. This one I'll salvage. This one I'll salvage. So... 6.4 a day in repairs. Oh, come on. Okay, just the drive bubble got hit. Who knows? Maybe they'll offer to do the repairs for free. Repairs require 41 supplies. That's a lot more than we have available. Organics. Sell. Oh, they'll buy my organics for a lot of money. They should probably buy that metal for a lot of money too. They will. So now I'm receiving money. We'll hire on another 100 crew. Currently using 14 a day. So my fleet You're mothballed. You're under strength. What do we actually have here? You've got the medium missiles and the fighter bay. You are a civilian transport, so I feel like I'm going to sell you. You are a carrier with Talon interceptors and then an open fighter bay. You have a medium missile turret, a small ballistic turret, empty, empty, empty. Vulcan cannons, light machine guns. Small ballistic turret, light machine gun. I guess that's what I'll put on you. And you have room for a medium missile turret. You have not adjusted the weapon groups. Weapons can be automatically assigned to groups when you deploy the ship, but it's a good idea to make the assignments manually. Adjust weapon groups. Auto assign? Confirm? You've got an antimatter blaster, an LRPD laser, medium missile hardpoint, small missile hardpoint, a swarm SRM, a small missile hardpoint, a small ballistic turret empty, small ballistic turret empty. Light assault guns. Oh no, these are not, I don't own anymore. The hammerhead comes with heavy mortars, MRMs, 2 railguns, 2 point defense lasers, the light tanker, a Vulcan cannon, 2 Vulcan cannons. The assault frigate, medium energy ion cannons, 2 empty missile points, small energy turrets. And the kite class comes with a MRM and a bunch of other missing things. So I think I'm actually going to probably put nothing on this for right now, because I could put that medium missile launcher on the support carrier. And at least this guy is like ready to rock. War drones. Ion cannon, energy hardpoints. So the Muse is the Wolf class frigate is good. The Hammerhead is good. The Hammerhead is like ready to party. This destroyer is also pretty good. I could probably take the Vulcans off of you. And we can mothball you for now. And then I can put them on here and here. So that would make that ship good. Oh, well, I feel much better about this now. I guess I cannot take those fighters off. And these are all very expensive. Okay. Actually, no air in space. It would need to be vacuum brakes, retro rockets. Carrier better than the ship you start with? I think so. Light support carrier. Balanced destroyer. Assault frigate. Standard shuttle. Faulty power grid, civilian grade hull. Compromised hull, erratic fuel injector, civilian grade hull. Compromised hull, damaged weapon mounts. Can only be removed with full restoration of a dockyard. Will remove all D mods at the cost of $69,000. No is the answer. So these ships are all in like really bad permanent state. Like their hull features are super busted. So where can I sell ships? Is my next question. In the fleet? Suspend all repairs. Here we go. Sell. So I can sell the Orphan of Earth for sure. It's like a civilian ship. I want you repaired. I want you repaired, and I want you repaired. Am I right on that? 147 credits. That's it. So the light tanker, the blue shift, and the comet we're gonna sell. The comet and the blue shift. Wow, these really don't sell for much, eh? Can I scrap them? 3 supplies, 3 fuel, and 1 heavy machinery. That's actually more worth the money. Full repairs are 65 supplies. Only 42 are available. How did that number go up? Balanced destroyer. Support destroyer. Light support carrier. Custom drone tender. Custom combat freighter. And I've got not a lot of money left. 82 per unit, 69 per unit. I mean, I guess I could opt to not have like this hammerhead ready, but I do feel like that's probably the most important class. I kind of want all these ships repaired. That's the problem I have right now. All right, I'm gonna talk to this guy. Bunch of rust buckets, aren't they? Put some weapons on them, get a proper refit done, and with a dedicated crew, they'll do all right. It's no worse than the pirate ships we've got. Speaking of weapons, I was about to talk to you about that. Not much to buy on the open market, but we have some stores. I've ordered local storage space to be transferred to you and some suitable weapons transferred along with enough supplies to speedily bring the new ships back to full combat readiness. Well, I guess I got ahead of myself. Use them to outfit the new ships, make sure you've got enough crew for a full complement, and then break the defense point. Press R to open auto fit, yada, yada, yada. Using what weapons are available. Click the storage button on this trade screen. These cores seem like they can work miracles sometimes. Let me transmit the results. Good to know you're always working on a plan B. I have expectations you'll succeed or I wouldn't send you. It's my responsibility as commander to plan for every eventuality. The two fleets guarding the jump point will aid each other if you engage them when the other is nearby. Easier fight if you manage to separate them first. If you can't, though, you could still probably win. So if I go here, storage. Oh, Piranha LPCs, broadswords LPCs. And I can just take these for free? Oh, you know I'm doing that. I'm taking all this stuff. Worst case, I'm selling it all. Piranha bombers or heavy fighters. What do you guys have? You have interceptors. Fast and cheap. Low tech, low tech. Capable of dispatching enemy fighters, deal appreciable damage to larger ships when used en masse, though usually these result in heavy pilot losses. Primary role is an interceptor. You're a bomber and you are heavy fighters. Broadsword carries a decoy flare launcher that draws defensive fire away from high-value targets like bombers and their payloads. It can falter if faced with the need to deal the killing blow. So I guess that's a much better combo for you. Gets you closer to your actual ordnance. You have auto cannons, light machine guns, mortars, and mining lasers. Can you put on a long range support pylum LRMs? Oh, heck yeah. Light autocannon, anti-shield, light machine gun, point defense, light mortar, range 600. 4 of these autocannons. I feel like let's put that on the front. And then long range but hampered by low power output. Hardwired for missile and fighter defense. Put a mining laser on this? No, I feel like a light machine gun in the back. Anti-shield. Point defense. Honestly, I kind of feel like this is a carrier with an LRM launcher. It feels like it should just have point defense weapons. Point defenses. I could change this Vulcan out for like a mortar. Anti-armor rounds at low rate of fire. More point defense laser. Does it say like which way it shoots? Turn rate excellent. Accuracy perfect. Accuracy poor. Turn rate excellent. It's the angle. I do not see angle as even being an option here. On the weapon slot. Okay. So our support destroyer and our balance destroyer, you've got heavy mortars, MRMs, or double railguns, and 2-point defense lasers. I don't think this needs any change, even though it is like way under ordnance. I can upgrade its capacitors and vents. Do auto fit. Buy ordnance from the market. Allow black market purchases. Auto fit goal variant. So what would this be? 9 flux vents, 5 flux capacitors. Okay. That seems good. I have a ordnance point left. Might as well grab another capacitor. Fighter support, regular support. Wait, can I put a fighter bay on you? Can I put a fighter bay on you? Converted hangar. That doesn't cost anything to do? Sick. Then I can put the interceptors on this guy. Small missile hardpoint. Small missile hardpoint. You have a Swarmer SRM. Let's put Sabot SRM there as well. You have a medium missile here. We'll give you harpoons. And then you are an Annihilator rocket cannon. Okay, Vulcans. Sure. $20 flux vents, 2 flux capacitors. Spend free OP. Spend any unused ordnance on flux vents, capacitors, and essential hull mods. Oh yeah, that's all I wanted to do. Cool. All right. Flux cap is important. The venting can be huge, yeah. 10 plus the OP cost of the fighters, yeah. Weapon slots of the harpoons and the annihilators. But that's a medium range, and this is a small range. Oh, harpoons are also medium. Oh, I could put pylons on the front of this one as well. We have another pylon ready. So that makes more sense. I feel... perhaps? FG! Welcome on in. Welcome. We're playing Starsector. We're just booting up for a big fight right now. Come on in. You're here just in time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're getting ready for a big fight against some pirate miners. This is like the end of the tutorial. Welcome, Northern Tech, Ella Rondell, FG, Cersei. Come on in. We are playing Starsector. It is the ultimate indie space game. It is very weird and very complicated, but just absolutely delightful so far. It is a top-down, you have a bunch of ships, you do all sorts of things. I'm just going to spin that guy's capacitors and vents here to get him up and running. And then I guess probably the same on this guy. Energy weapon hardpoint, small missile hardpoints. You have lots of things left. Let's go with 2 medium missile launchers on you. And a graviton beam. And 2 ion cannons. This guy is something else. He's got 3 ion cannons, 2 MRMs, and a graviton beam. Just gonna auto assign all those because we're still learning. Spend your free OPs. And I think we're ready to boogie, dudes. We got all of our fighters set up. We're in our little combat freighter. Glad to hear you're enjoying it. So far, it's been pretty good. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot to learn, but it is cool. Crew is all under strength. Did I not buy enough crew? I didn't. That's okay, because I have stuff we can sell now. So the real question is do I have enough stuff to sell to make this money? Sells for 100, sells for 350, sells for 62, for 50, for 50, for 37, for 100, for 75. Weapons are not that expensive, it seems. We could sell off how many of these to make the bank? 22? I think that's reasonable. So, our fleet is repaired. We are still getting up to combat readiness, but we're almost at max. Resume all repairs. Okay, dudes. I think we're ready to boogie. Raid and run. Still recovering from surgery. Need to lie down and wait for the swelling to go down. That's a bummer, but enjoy your rest. And everybody else, come on in. Okay, we're using extra crew capacity per day. But that's okay. Inter-system jump point. Fringe jump point. So we need to go here, and we don't want them to discover us. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to try this, like, sneak through the asteroid belt thing again. And I think I'm going to turn my transponder off, because that seemed like a pretty sneaky play last time. And then we'll go dark and see if we can sneak up on any of these ships. Because he said that there were 2 fleets outside this jump point. Yeah, we're undercrewed, but I think that's okay. How am I meant to get one of these screws and not the other? Maximum burn 5, maximum burn 4. I mean, can I do this? Okay, so they are combined. It does seem like that's the case. Need to try this. I heard a while ago it was going to come to Steam, so I waited. I hope I was not misled. Oh. It's probably going to be more expensive when it comes to Steam because it is like a pre-order. You can just like buy it off their website right now. I suspect they'll probably send a Steam key if that's the case. Hard to say though. Should have sent the real Navy, not some grounder in a vac suit. Okay, so he has a rocket cruiser. Combat freighter, assault destroyer, mining pods, borer drones, drone tender, assault destroyer, raider shuttle. I mean, obviously, I feel like the rocket cruiser is what I should be taking on first, but maybe that's not the case. We're definitely bringing in everybody. So we could tell fighter strike, eliminate. This is the drone tender. Order up to 4 frigates, 2 destroyers, or a cruise to escort the target depending on what ships are available. You are my support carrier. You are my support destroyer. Maybe fighter strike? Order fighters to attack the ship. Carriers assigned to this task will send their fighters to attack it and attempt to stay within fighter range. That is the combat freighter. This is the assault destroyer. I feel like maybe this is the guy we avoid. That's a combat freighter. And then you, I'm going to be taking control of. So fingers crossed I can figure out how to do this without getting myself killed this time. Auto cannons, light assault gun, ion cannon. And we have a point defense turret over there all tied together. This seems to be working okay, as far as I can tell. That big guy is coming to me. What is happening back here? They are all staying in, like, formation. Oh, this is the other guy I wanted to say avoid. Looks like our guys are just kind of, like, picking away at them, the assault frigates. So my auto cannons and my light assault gun only work if I am pointed directly towards the guy. But they're also all on auto fire. Uh-oh, I'm overloaded. I'm overloaded. So we gotta let our hard flux go down. And then, yeah, let's just leave that guy. And we'll go join in the rest of our fleet. I don't know what those are. Or do we, you know, attack this guy while he's... You know what? Maybe I say everybody attack this guy. It's funny that, like, not everybody kicks in on him right away. This guy, I kind of want to say on, like, I don't want to tell this guy to just, like, get out of that pocket. Maybe I could just tell him to, like, go over there. This dude's being harassed by everybody. Honestly, they seem to be doing a pretty good job. His flux is almost maxed. He's really fast, though. Or I'm really slow. I'm not sure. I think it's a little of both. My ship is soon going to start having troubles. That's that guy up there. Okay. Yeah, you got to get down here, buddy. So we're going to crack his shields in a second, and then... Oh, yeah. Rip him apart. Oh, no. Some part of him just, like, came out and ripped my ship in half. So that is the drone tag. I mean, this is all of our ships here. I guess let's push in on him then. Oh no, that's my carrier. Okay, I gotta be careful here because I do not have the ability to fight this guy easily. Bam. Looks like one of my ships just went down. I don't know. I guess we'll go for that drone tender next. Okay, never mind. That went real fast. What do you got? You got a raider shuttle and a standard combat frigate. I don't know, man. At this point, I feel like maybe it's just everybody's on search and destroy. Transfer command. Show video feed. I don't even know that I can tell people. It doesn't look like... Rescind orders. Search and destroy. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can tell them to, like, switch targets. No command points available. Oh. All other orders are free for a few seconds while the command frequency remains open. Canceling orders does not cast command points. Canceling all assignments will allow your fleet to engage enemy at will. Ordering a full assault will cancel all assignments and make your ships engage very aggressively. Canceling a full assault costs a command point. How do I send us target more info? How do I cancel existing commands? I'm not sure that I can. That's what you get for micromanaging your fleet. Uh-oh. 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 No smashing into my ships. Yeah, I mean, I really should be letting these, like, giant battle cruisers do the work for me, it would seem. You know what? I think I'm fine. Oh, goodness gracious. That missile ship is still here. wondering where he was. So you generate command points over time. Okay, I really don't want to get too close to this guy. Dude, I want this carrier, like, not so actively engaged in this fight. My kite class is destroyed. Your flagship will start decreasing soon due to extended deployment. What about this battleship? Can it not, like, get in the fight here? 1 command point in 1 second. Full assault will cancel all existing assignments and make your ships engage the enemy forces more aggressively, potentially exposing them to greater danger. Creating a new assignment other than eliminate or fighter strike will cancel this order. Toggling it off directly uses a command point. No. So can I tell you all at once to attack? I can. This battleship can take it off on its own, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely he can. Oh, there's that cool ion ship still alive. Our homie did get, like, fluxed out there, but... Okay, he's overloaded. Flame out. I guess we destroyed both of his engines. We are really struggling to do any actual damage to his hull, though. There we go. It's starting to work. The enemy is defeated. Yeah, but I want it to be more defeated. Don't get that close. Ooh, are we going to be able to salvage that ship? I think we can. Approximately 130 crew and no Marines were lost during the last engagement. You were able to get a complete victory. 6 crew and Marines were rescued. Several ships disabled or destroyed during battle can be restored to basic functionality. Recovering ships instead of breaking them will greatly reduce their salvage gained. Disabled or destroyed. Our support destroyer got toasted. Yeah, we could take that rocket cruiser. Lasting damage, faulty automated systems. Lasting damage, glitch sensor array, erratic fuel injector, structural damage, degraded life support. Couple of combat freighters. So these I can get back for nothing. It seems. These ones will cost me story points. Oh, I see. These red pips are like the permanent debuffs that they have. I could take that rocket cruiser. It's only got 1 debuff. Is this an auto battler? No, no. It's set up in a way that, like, you have your fleet and you command, like, your flagship, and then you can kind of tell your ships what to do within that. There is some degree of auto battling with it, but for the most part, you are in the fight as well and trying to tell your guys what to do. This is a really big ship. I feel like this might actually be worth taking. Relationship with pirates reduced by 3. You get some credits. Some Talon, LPCs, Swarmers. Pulse lasers, sabots, antimatter blasters. I mean, let's just take it all right now. Can I scavenge? High risk in running a salvage operation. Well, maybe not then. Stabilize the jump point. You load the stabilization algorithm into the jump point and the drive field goes through a series of esoteric fluctuations, the resonance gradually canceling out instability. The jump point should be stable enough to use within a day or so. Return to Ankara. So what do these guys look like? Combat freighters with ballistic turrets. All right, so these are pretty like bog standard guys that we can just use as like sacrificial vessels. We have our good destroyer, we have our support carrier, and we also have a rocket cruiser who's got mining pod auxiliaries, medium missiles, a big mining blaster, annihilator rockets, small missiles, medium ballistics, medium ballistics. I feel like this is... Increases minimum crew requirements by 50% and decreases maximum combat readiness by 5. Supply cost to recover reduced by 20%. A D-mod can only be removed with full restoration. Yeah, dudes, we could definitely repair this and make this our new capital ship. It's even got fighter base. And it's big. It's big and slow. You want to mothball them as soon as you get them out of combat for recovered ships? I will take that. Right, because then they won't take like any repairs for the meantime, hey? Because I can't use them until I get them back to a station really anyway. Low combat readiness. That makes sense. You could let the ships auto battle if you want, even your flagship, but you tend to be more effective than the AI, yeah. D-mod can be taken down only by paying is not true. Interesting. I guess that's just the easiest way to do it. Well done! Station Commander Simpson seems a bit giddy with excitement. We actually did it. You never know with these things. It's such a relief not to be cooped up in this system anymore. Here's your reward, well earned and with my gratitude. In addition, I've set you up with a monthly stipend from the Academy in recognition of services rendered. It should run for 3 full cycles. They don't have much room to complain right now. Don't even have to lean on them too hard to get this sorted. He is favorable. Hegemony is now favorable. I expect the authorities of the headquarters on Jangala in the Corvus system would like to hear about the recent events. Would you like to deliver that report? Speak with the station commander when you get there and make sure to take enough fuel for the trip. Flying in system as you have doesn't use fuel, so it's easy to forget that flying in hyperspace does. You'll need at least 80 units. If you do manage to run out of fuel, get stuck, be a real feat, let me tell you, you can always just do a distress call and wait for help. I'm also declaring a bounty on the remaining rogue miner fleets if you'd like to stick around and help map them up. 26 supplies to repair all my ships. I might as well do that. And then, let's see. I could sell all that metal. I do need some more crew. And I do have like quite a bit of money right now. That being said, it won't last very long. So that's full crew. Cargo capacity. I'm okay on our fuel levels, I feel like. Supplies seem like the real bottleneck of this game. At least right now. And so you guys are all mothballed, so I imagine... Oh, yeah. You take 330 crew. Love this game. Glad to see you playing it. Vanilla? Yeah, we are playing vanilla. It's my very, very first time. So the definite is great. Seeing this game a few months back on the website looks like it's something out of the early 2000s. Yes, it looks like it's like made on GeoCities. Very light UI models. Miss the simpler games. Supply and fuel tend to limit you. There are captain skills that really help. Okay. So I guess the question starts being like, what do I need in my fleet now? These guys both cost a fair bit to get going. How much will this take to repair? A sizable amount. Annihilator rocket pods. These are medium missile hardpoints. Annihilators are actually small. Pylum LRMs are medium. Miner's best friend can deliver a burst of pulverizing bolts at close range. The ore scanner is repurposed as an interlock to prevent excessive use against shields when the weapon's in auto-fire mode. Anti-armor. A ballistic energy or hybrid slot counts as energy for stat modifiers. Medium energy turret. I mean, I also have pulse lasers. Feels like they might be a little bit better. 200% versus armor, 50 versus shields. High explosive. Medium ballistics. Fragmentation versus hull. I own 2 thumpers. Like, I could do something like that. 100 grand to remove that faulty automated system. Here's the thing. I could put these as thumpers, but I feel like they actually need to be PDCs. Vulcans or light machine guns. I guess double Vulcans, because I don't have anything better right now. And then I could go with 2 Sabot SRMs. Honestly, no, you're 200% versus armor. Harpoon MRMs are a finisher. 200% armor, 50 versus shield. Devastating against ships with down shields. Yeah, I kind of like this. Because then it's like we have... You fire like the SRMs to get rid of their shields. The Annihilators to get rid of their armor. And then the Pulse Laser finishes them off. So what would that be? That would be the SRMs on 1. Rocket launcher and rocket pod. Oh, I didn't realize that. You're on 3. Then you'd both be on 4. You guys are linked. Alternating. Linked, linked, linked. Yeah. So, sorry, you're a rocket pod. You're a medium. I see. Primary role pressure. 200% versus armor, 200% versus armor. Range 1500, range 1500. Range 1200, 1200. And then these are on like auto fire. First made in 2012. I think 2011 actually, yeah. Balance between it all. Big fleets, lots of supplies, can take large battles, carry more stuff. No one spoils anything for you. The game is truly magical experience. Yeah, I have, you know, I have put in a no backseating. I don't mind, like, you know, the advice, but the backseating I don't want, so. And then these guys are just ballistic turrets, so I feel like they're going to be like 2 Vulcan cannons. And then 2 auto cannons, probably. Oh, that's a medium. Oh, let's put a thumper on it then. Yeah. You'll be the same. Light machine gun. Whoops. Let's go 1 Vulcan, 1 light machine gun. One Vulcan, 1 light machine gun. Let's switch those, actually. A thumper and an autocannon. I mean, they are what they are. Sure. Spend your free points. Auto-assign your weapons and spend your free points. And then spend your free points. 30 and 30. Decimated targeting core. Range of ballistic and energy weapons for cruisers and capital ships. Cannot be installed on a frigate or a destroyer. It cannot work in conjunction with integrated targeting units. I wouldn't mind actually putting the converted fighter bays on this as well. Sorry, not the converted, a converted hangar. But it actually won't allow me to do it. Ship has standard fighter bays. But I can't get rid of those mining guys? That's weird. So I have to have mining pod auxiliaries. Why is that the case? The mining drones are built in. Okay. Rocket cruiser. Sure. It might be the case that I keep him mothballed for the moment. Because then I could repair my other 2. And we'll work on getting him repaired. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. I could put him in storage. How do you do that? Storage. Leave. Take. Monthly fees and expenses equal to 1% of the base value of the stored item. Not clear. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that because I guess I don't own this station. Ship tile on the bottom on top of the others. The ship on the ship tile, the button on top of the others. Replaces cell. Ah, cool. All right. Personal bounties. New intel pirate bases. Well, do I want to do any of these? Are any of them even here? What happens if I go to the dockside bar? There's people at the dockside bar. A tough-looking woman in a powered armor undersuit with Downs acrid liquor, intimidating anyone who comes too close. And at the end of the bar, a rakish woman is met by a variety of lowlifes who scurry away almost immediately, giving orders, perhaps. Let's chat with the tough-looking woman. Oh, she looks like a pirate. You approach, maintaining your cool despite the withering stare. The woman laughs at your composure and welcomes you to sit. I like you. You're not scared, little dirt worm. Your new best friend is full of boasts and brags. You're surprised to discover that she is sharper than she looks, and she slips pointed questions about your background and capabilities into her braggadocio. Adopting a lower voice but keeping her eyes scanning the room, she says, "I'll level, Captain. You can handle your flux. I'm wondering if you want a job with me. Do tell." There's a Dominator class heavy cruiser collecting space dust in a lightly garbed orbital hangar. I make a plan to jack this ship. My original sponsor got cold feet. Dirtworm, like I said, it'd be a waste not to do the job. I don't got any use for a starship. I've got schematics of the hangar, the security codes, the guard schedule, and everything. I'll even come up along the operation so you know it's on the up and up. My price is 41,000 credits, and you'll need to provide me with at least 50 Marines. A Dominator class heavy cruiser. I mean, I don't have 41,000 credits. Real burner. All right, what's the rakish woman up to then? You went on out business? Let me give you a job so easy that any rad-addled spacer could manage it. It's a real shame how many of them can't follow instructions, end up getting tossed out an airlock. Deliver the item to a specified location in the Alpha Old Millik system 18 light years away. The reward is 71,000 credits. Don't be seen making the drop and don't tell anybody about it. Okay, it's way out of my fuel range. But that's obviously a cool smuggling job if you want it to be like a single ship instead of a little fleet. I do feel like we have a quest right now. Deliver a report to station commander at Jangala. Pirate stations, Jungle World. So I guess we got to go to the jump point here first. See how we do. They said it was 80 fuel to get to this place. We have 138, so we should be okay. Uh-oh. Unidentified fleet running from my fleet. Transponders turned off. Well, there are bounties to be had here, and this does not seem like a tough fleet. Pirate scout with allies joining the enemy. Attack frigate, support close frigate. Oh, this one's got a captain. Level 2, reckless. Standard combat frigate, a raider shuttle, hellborn frigate, drone tender, shielded combat, standard combat. I feel like I have a much better fleet than they do. Then again, it just said 60% additional difficulty. I mean, let's bring the whole gang for now. Are there any of them I don't want to deal with? A combat freighter. Attack frigates. Combat freighters. These are the captains. Raider shuttle and a hellborn frigate. Not really what I anticipated that assault being, but okay. You guys could eliminate those captains. I feel like that's the best opening move. Duradon, hello. Can I give a brief explanation about what this game is? I've never seen it before. How do you call this style of game? This is a open world sandbox starship simulator, I guess. Space simulator is what I would call it. where you have your ship, your capital vessel, and then you form a little fleet around it as well. And you get into all kinds of trouble fighting things that you are not prepared to actually be fighting. I guess let's go with this guy first. Oh, I don't love this. I am in way over my head right now. I'm going to get junked up real bad. Okay, they have managed to disable a basilisk ship. Is that mine? I don't think so. Ooh, my hull. Ooh, missile strikes. Oh, my engines are out. They absolutely toasted my engines. Yeah, see, we have like this battleship over here and then those fighter classes. Honestly, let's probably go help out our homies on this side because I feel like they're going to have a much harder time. What are the buttons for like video feed? F. So we can see what's going on over there. Yeah, like they seem to be doing absolutely fine. These guys, on the other hand, are having not so good a time. Yeah, in fact, they're both getting buckled right now. It does seem like we've split the captains, which is probably good. And we're going to be along to help our homie here in a moment. Oh, he has got a big gun. Really want that ion blaster taking out his systems. Oh, yeah. Dunked him. Oh, and those guys dunked the other guy. All right. Let's go. 3 crew were lost. We got a complete victory. Consider the ship recovery. Combat frigates, standard combat frigates. I don't think I want any of these. We didn't lose any of our ships. We recovered 2,000 credits. We picked through the wreckage. Bunch of supplies, heavy mortars, Vulcan cannons. And then I think we are ordering a jump to hyperspace. Ships traveling in hyperspace use fuel in proportion to the distance traveled. Fleets that run out of fuel drift towards the nearest star system and might become stranded. Fringe jump points. Oh, cool. Your fleet has been hit by a hyperspace storm. One of your ships has taken damage and combat readiness has been reduced. Storm strikes can knock your fleet off course. Emergency burn lets your fleet get back on course more easily and allows it to punch through storms. Mercantile convoys, hegemons. Okay, I don't know where I'm going here. Whoa. Corvus? Corvus. Jangala. Aren't I going to Jangala, though? Jangala, yeah. So the Jangala jump point makes the most sense. Also, we got a level up. Oh my god, and so many additional story points? That's nuts. It's in the Corvus system, not Jangala? Affects piloted ship. Gunnery implants. Target leading accuracy for auto-fire weapons, ballistic and energy weapon range, weapon recall. ECM rating a fleet when piloting a frigate. Energy weapons deal extra damage at close range based on the flux level. Hull scatter amplifier. I mean, I do want this fighter uplink. Crew lost due to fighter losses in combat. Increased top speed for fighters. Increased leading accuracy, 10% all damage dealt. Maximum at 8 or less fighter blades in fleet. I want to go carrier ship. Oh, it's just like there's different entrances to the system. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we're starting to see like traders, scavengers. There's a mercantile convoy down here. There's Jangala Station. Solid. Probably industry is better. Yeah, but that's not what I really feel like going. I want to be a carrier fleet. First, ancient fueling and repair gantries are hidden among corroded industrial hangars that lie in shadows of a huge ring. Your fleet transmits identity codes, and the transponder you're granted docking clearance. So, Station Commander, you have a report for me. Let's take a look at it. Gladia is back on the map. It's excellent news. You have a hand in that. What do I do now? I don't have anything for you to do, but you got options. Bounties in the system right now do pirate activities. Of course, you could always visit the dockside bars. Try your hand at salvaging. Load up on fuel, machine, and supplies and head for systems outside the core worlds. Pick up a mission first so you're not running blind. Take on a commission with the hegemony. Due to the Gladia business, your standing is high enough that your request would be accepted. I don't want to do that. I will repair. I will also sell these metals. Does kind of feel like I could use some more crew. And I definitely could use more supply. These tariffs are outrageous, man. Makeshift shield generator. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, well, what's the dockside bar got? Pirate rages or a man smoking in a dark corner. Yeah, you're the guy I want to talk to. He seems satisfied and he slides a cheap data pad across the table. I need an extract of the subject from an unjustified confinement on the Citadel. You skim the schematics so thorough. You estimate you need around 50 Marines to carry out this operation. Assaulting a hegemony prison could also have an impact on your reputation. I don't know that I know how to do that. More crew is more wages? Yeah, but my ships work better. What about the pirate raids? Maybe I will fight some pirates. You catch the attention of a woman angered by pirate activities who's disappointed by the lack of defensive actions. These patrols are more interested in tariff enforcement than fighting pirates. You're a starship captain. I'll tell you what you've been thinking. There's a fleet 13 light years away. 1,000 credits per frigate. Payout for larger hulls. Running this bounty for 120 days should send a strong message to these pirates. 1,000 credits per frigate doesn't seem like a lot. The tragedy system. 136 fuel just to get there. I'm going to decline that. What about these other people? Officer available for hire. What can you do? Ballistic mastery. Damage dealt by ballistic weapons. Ballistic weapon range. He's a steady personality. 2,000 credit hiring bonus. Afterwards, a starting salary of 900 credits per month. Once the initial credits transfer is complete, I can be ready to board within the hour. I mean, I feel like we've got ships with a lot of missiles on it, which count as ballistic. I wouldn't mind that. Any of you guys got like jobs for me? AI cores. Commissioned by the hegemony. Okay, well maybe we'll just do some exploring. So crew cargo. Harpoons, heavy mortars, railguns, ballistic. Well, you'd make a natural fit on this then. I think heavy mortars and railguns. The harpoons don't count as ballistics, nor do the point defense lasers, but that's okay. I could replace these with like mining lasers. No, that wouldn't really count. Check for bounties on the Intel tab. You already messed up booting this game without all the anime waifu mods. I assume I need to be on the station for the Intel tab. Analyze domain era probe, Corvus Gate, pirate activity, system bounties in Corvus. Codex updates. Likely triggered by pirate activity. That's very far away. Well, if we've got some pirate activity in Corvus, it sounds like we could probably just zoom around here. The hegemony, the Galactic Luddic Church, the Luddic Path, the Persian League, the Syndrian Diktat, the Tritachyon Corporation, the Independents, and Pirates. Politely founded in recent hegemony military intervention. Intelligent, charismatic, prone to excess. The Diktat was formed with the crucible of the Asconian crisis, a race of humans with emboldened spirit and clarity of purpose. Heavy armaments are illegal. The Persian League. Who allows for AI cores? Only independence. Oh, you're a pirate station, so there's probably pirates just out there. Abandoned terraforming. There's a bunch of scrap yards here as well. I mean, honestly, I feel like I could just go out there, do some scrapping maybe. AI isn't exactly well liked in this sector. In this star sector. I mean, I know that the aliens are like AI. Mercenary patrol. No, these are just asteroids. You are not currently inside a debris field. Okay, I'm gonna quick save and I'm gonna go to this pirate station. And I'm gonna see what's down here. This might be a really bad choice. Oh. Salvaging fleets, scavengers, fast pickets. An extraction depot. Oh, that's definitely Hegemony attacking pirates. No, that's definitely Hegemony who just killed a bunch of pirates. Huh. There are no laws here, but an unwritten code of bravado. View colony info. Oh. Ooh, an officer. You are good at point defense and gunnery implants. In combat, this officer prefers to stay out of enemy range, only occasionally moving in if outranged by the enemy. Cautious level 2. Oh, you're way too expensive. Quartermasters. There are no defenders. Can I launch a raid against this station then? Genuine people personalities of the Sirius Cybernetic Corporation? Raid strength 0. Oh, I have no Marines. Cool. They get a 50 base value for a size 3 colony. Times a half for stability, but doubled for ground defenses. So basically they end up at the same. Try to recall your valuables such as commodities or blueprints. How do I get Marines? I wonder. So that's for sure pirates. That's a small set of pirates too. Interdiction pulse. Ow, interdicted. Survey barren world. $70,000, 120 days to complete. $27 light years away. System unexplored. Pirate stations. Mercenary scouts. Bounty. All these people are so far away from where we are right now. You're decently close. $49,000. $89 days remaining. 12 light years away, 126 fuel. I mean, I actually would not say that that is close at all. Maybe I should just like pick a random place to go. I find it weird that there are unexplored stars. Visit the Duzak star system to acquire detailed star charts. Hopefully gives you space to expand. You need to grab a fuel tanker. Well, I mean, we have a fair bit of fuel already. I just can't go super far. which is fine because I also like don't have a ton of supplies right now. Space. Complete list of bounties in the bounties tab at the bottom of the screen. I mean, I want to know what's in here. Domain error probe. Hyperspace topography. Detailed sensor readings greatly aid hyperspace navigation. There are many ways of acquiring this data, including using in-sensor arrays, active sensor bursts, near-stellar phenomenon, traveling through hyperspace at very high burn level, or simply buying the data from scavengers. Slipstream navigation. Oh, cool. Important story, colony threats, exploration. Okay. So they want me to find pirate bases. Oh. Hull variants. Simulator opponents available. New ships are made available by encountering and destroying them in battle. Oh, no. This is because I blew up ships. So now I have access to them. Okay, and I see bounties. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there are the pirate bases. There's a personal bounty really close by. And this guy as well. Okay, this dude has like a ton of fast attack cruisers and big fighters, though. This guy's got a pretty reasonable supply. So let's... Monthly income, $10,000. So sorry, we are in a system right now. Pirate makeshift array. Unsurveyed, unsurveyed. Let's go that way. Oh, game paused. Fuel range on intel screen. Button on the top of the map. Aha. Aha. Oh, cool. Constellations as well. Oh, that's handy. Thank you. Now, I feel like probably turning my transponder off in this system that's not been explored and only has pirates that we are aware of is not a bad idea. I want to see if I can maybe like capture this sensor array. Built using the best technology available in this sector, a makeshift sensor array is nonetheless capable of passively monitoring the entire star system, has a transmitter capable of real-time, faster than light data transmission. Hack it, take control, overload the array to emit a neutrino burst, uncovering nearby slipstreams. Break it for salvage. Grant your in-system fleets and colonies the benefits it provides. The pirates have no presence in this system. Taking control this way will no impact on your standing. Okay, well, that seems obvious. Quickly complete a physical takeover of the structure, removing automated safeguards, installing black spot transmitter. It is under your control. So... I mean, we might as well check what all these other places are. If that's the case. Active sensor bursts. I assume we have to go to planets to survey them. Hazard rating of 150 on the standard scale. Your fleet carries specialized survey equipment that reduces the survey. Oh, okay. No atmosphere. Preliminary survey complete. Barren world, stable location, gas giant. Aha, so the reason there's nobody in this system is because there's nothing of value in this system. Newton, hello. We're finally playing Starsector, yes. And it's been pretty cool so far. We're just really getting started. So I can't really do a survey of you either. But I might as well find out what's in this system, I guess, if we're here. I'm almost out of supplies, which is a bit worrying. Hot, low gravity, no atmosphere. Part of me is like, should I just break that sensor array for salvage? Otherwise, an unremarkable point in the surrounding vast emptiness is a local minimum to the star's hyperwave, uniquely suited for hyperwave tech using structures. Com relay sensor array nav boy. I see. If I run out of supplies, I imagine it's bad for me. Very expensive. God, and the jump point is all the way down there. Solus Nebula. So there's pirates up there in the Solus Nebula. But real talk. I think we need to go get some supplies. Out of supplies. You can ping near gas giants? Oh, like active bursts? Question is, will Agent play other games or will he become a Starsector only streamer? Go to only anything stream again? Yeah. No, I'll always do a bit of variety. There's no life in only streaming one game. It ruins your channel pretty quickly, I think. It helps it build up, but then it causes problems in the long run. So we can just go to this station to refuel, I guess. Jeez, I jumped in like on top of that pirate station. Okay. A bit of an exploration. And damn it, this stuff ain't expensive. 15 a day for supplies? Oh man, so that's like all the supplies we just spent sailing through space. Damn, man. Oh, I'm gonna need to just spend all my money on this then. Okay. Let's go do a job. Reward per frigate. Let's go up here to the Solus Nebula. This place is full of pirates. I feel like we can make some actual cash up here. Oh, those are smugglers. As long as I don't get like caught out by too many guys. Here's a question. Do I need to have my transponder on when I'm in like deep hyperspace? I feel like probably not. Domain error probe. Flying through this big storm. Ouch. Aha. I don't have nearly enough fuel. That's why it's good the industry skills at the start, save supplies and fuel, restore the D-mods for free. Yes, I see the problem that we are currently encountering. Hopefully, you know, we'll keep some speed going. Yeah, no problem. Look at us. Drifting right towards the star I wanted to get to anyway. Right? And we don't need fuel to fly around while we're in here. A radiated world. Bombarded world. Nav boy. Abandoned station. Why would that be abandoned? Great. Another $8,000. We can use that to buy fuel. Lovely Coronas, right? Oh, the space boxes so far are really nice. Those are pirates. They just took that makeshift nav boy. Inspect the cargo dock. Nothing. Inspect the starship docks. Nothing. We could do refits. That looks dangerous. Personally, fast picket though. Looks like it might be able to help us out. Absolutely. The Persian League force transmits their IFF code, which will allow you to join the battle on their side if you choose to. Heck yeah, dude. Let's do this. Wait, did I just... Yeah, join the battle. Your forces with allies. Pirate Armada with allies. Pirate raiders are joining the enemy. Did they get into range somehow? I feel like that's not as many as they had. Identified friendly foe. That is a cool looking modified freighter. I love how the pirate ships all are like, they have a ton of defects on them. Do I need everybody in this fight? I feel like maybe the drone tender we don't need. Oh, damn. We're like right on top of them here. Strike destroyer, standard combat freighter, standard shuttle. D-class freighter. Oops. What did I just hit? S. Fighter strike. Let's have everybody go towards that to start. No idea if our homies are doing good. I think they are, though. I mean, they were a fast interdiction fleet that raced out to meet these guys, so... maybe we can help us decide, homies. Wow, that guy overloaded my flux instantly. Help me, you fool. Okay. What is our squad doing right now? Not a lot of anything, to be honest. They're kind of all over the place. Shielded combat freighter. Standard combat freighter. Raider shuttle. I mean, I guess let's, like, get this guy in the back. Oof. Bonking into my homies. This is one of our cool new captain's ships. He was apparently very good at his job. So I want to say, like, maybe go for this strike destroyer at this point. It's kind of nice because, like, all of our ship's weapons are on auto fire, so really all I have to do is get in a range of things, but... Thank you for not shooting me, homie. I guess I'll just blast this dude. Oh, my hard flux. Not doing so good on a 1v1 against this guy, it seems. Oh, you sneak. I can do that too. Where's my backup here? Can I, like, have some help? Like it's me soloing against this dude at the moment. This is really funny. I never realized that the guns... They shoot in this arc, but they still shoot, like, where your mouse is. So there is, like, aiming that I was just very, very bad at. Combat frigates, combat frigates. These aren't ours, right? Support frigate. Support gunship. Are these ours? Standard combat freighters. I think those were ours, actually. My bad. The vigilance is not. Yeah, okay. Escort wolf pack is really nice. This, like, wolf assault frigate. I've been really enjoying this guy. 40 crew were lost. Your side was victorious. The pirates are moving to disengage. We are pursuing. Do I perform a salvage operation and then leave? Light tankers. Consider ship recovery. These are pretty knocked up, dudes. I think I'd be better off just scrapping them all. Standard combat freighter. PD. I can't tell, like, which ones were mine and which ones are not mine. Standard shuttle, standard combat freighter. Truck with F1 so you get an idea. The ones with the blue background. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. You're saying F1 here? That doesn't do anything. Well, I mean, I guess I'll just take them and mothball them. Persian Lake, happy. 500 credits. That's not very much. 33 supplies, though, is worth its weight in gold. Can I transfer command for this engagement? This, like, auto battles it, I guess. Oh, no, this just says who you want as your, Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. You're not the most combat ready, but I think it's fine. Let's see, I think I could probably just put my ship on autopilot for this fight. This is a strike destroyer. Probably let's eliminate him first. You know, maybe I should just keep control of my ship. Why are you going in first? Why are these fast engagement ships not doing the job for us? Bonk this guy out of the way. Ship kerblamboed. Who's left? Well, I guess it's you guys. One big ship, one small ship. Because of elimination order, they go hard for that ship. Oh, that guy looked like he just teleported. It's a lot of missiles. Don't get shot. Oh, you can actually shoot outside your range and they'll still land. It just goes not much further outside of it though. That was pretty cool. I was able to like flame out his engines. So he couldn't really do anything. Ba, 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 ba. Join the pursuit. Order your second in command to handle it. Offers no risk to your ships, but likely less effective than commanding the pursuit yourself. The craft to send in pursuit. That's the auto-resolve. Why does this guy have so many ships? Still managed to get out there. Your combat readiness is looking pretty rough right now. I don't think I want to take him again. You never lose your ships if your second is pursuing an escaping enemy. Oh. So it's like a pretty good idea to do. So this is just logistic ships we're chasing down? There we go. I keep forgetting that I have these special flare launchers I can use. Oh, that guy didn't last. And I think these guys are just getting away. Oh, no, we might be closing the gap ever so slightly. We sent fighters after them? I feel like that's what my carriers should be doing. Surely fighters are good at chasing guys down. So it don't feel like anybody's in a rush here. Okay. We'll just pick through the wreckage. Nice. Here, you can get a lot of supplies from doing stuff like this. There's likely something of value. Reveal a ship that could be restored to a raider shuttle. No. Salvage operations, 62%. 4 heavy machineries lost, but we got 20 salvage, 20 fuel. Oh my god. Oh, salvaging is super worth it. Mercantile convoys? Nah, you're pirate raiders. Let's dunk these guys up. Harry their retreat. Reduces the combat readiness of all disengaged ships as if they were deployed into combat. Slow send your fleet for a while. We are a humble League merchant trading vessel. We should be honored to assist you. So this I can say second in command. Go forth with these dweebs. Get some credits. Give me this loot. Doesn't seem like we get as much loot from it though. Oh, that was only one ship as well, probably. Oh. Asteroid impact on drive bubble. Let's stop slow burning. High burning. Join the battle. Let the second in command take it. And then just pick through the wreckage. Yeah, okay, you get a lot less, hey? What does hack do? Provide your fleet with the same benefit as the faction that currently controls it. Remain effective for 3 months. Pirates will consider it an act of war if you take it over. Breaking the Boy will recover some of the resources used. It will also be an act of war. All right, well, let's just hack it then. So, presumably, this world here I can repair at and refuel at. Get all the goodies, considering I'm using 21 supplies a day right now. Second in command is OP. You can give them the worst ships ever, and he'll win against the best armada there is in the sector. Noted. I'm over crew cap. Oh, because I mothballed those ships. Correct. Correctamundo. Noted. What do you guys got to buy? You want to buy all this metal? I don't need that for anything. I do need quite a chunk of supplies, though. Also have a weird collection of weapons here. So let's what's down at the dockside bar? A distinguished academician, a tough-looking woman wearing a power suit, and a flashy dressed woman. I don't know why this one is yellow, but I feel like that means it's more important. He says, Captain Turgus Maximus, don't look so surprised. You've got a fascinating reputation, shall we say the movers and shakers in this sector. Dilettantes compared to yourself. Dilettantes? I guess that's dilettantes. I trust you've heard of the Academy's new provost. Oh, do they have a new chief executive? The Academy is renewing itself after the embarrassing incident with the provost. The Academy has come under new leadership. Somehow you're holding a glass of something. I'm going to set it down on the bar. Giving the Academician a skeptical look, he shrugs. The fresh blood my enemies slaughtered and their lands conquered, isn't that right? I mean, in purely metaphorical terms. The hegemony purge has cleared out the old guard and opened up some opportunities, which brings me to you. The new provost asked me to find someone like you, and now I have. Come to the Academy and meet with the provost. She has a vision for the future, and in times as extraordinary as these, she might just realize it. Hear what she has to say and keep an open mind. If you'd pardon me, I believe I owe a round to my new friends. All right. This tough woman wants to say, she want me to like rob a thing? An Eagle class cruiser for 33,000 credits and 50 Marines. So this seems like a great way to get very good ships for cheap. What a flashy dressed woman. To drink to good fortune, enthusiasm for the self-toast is only moderate. A crew of spacers well into their off-ship shouts encouragement. You look like you know your way through a jump point. I know the location of a heavy mauler blueprint for the price of 5,000 bucks. You just need to hop with your fleet and go over. I don't have enough money. I also don't know what a heavy mauler is. I assume probably some sort of weapon. Playing for the first time? Yes. Enjoy smuggling. Cerebus is the best for it. Eagle's pretty decent. Energy-focused ship. Okay, okay. Shield shunts expanded missile racks. Increases the ammo capacity of missile weapons by 100%. Reduces the rate of fire by missile weapons by 20%. Effect only applies if the hull mold is built into the hull using a story point. What do you got here? You got like food, heavy armaments, right? Because I guess you can also be a trader if you wanted and just like travel around like that. A lot of this stuff ain't worth jack. I mean, these mining lasers are like 50 cents per unit. I assume I don't have limited item slots, just limited cargo capacity. So we're in Yimia. Smuggler. An independent smuggler is preparing a voyage and will soon depart for Kazaron. The fleet will carry food, drugs, luxury goods, and drugs. It will carry supplies, ship hulls, heavy armaments, and heavy machinery. It's carrying a large quantity of valuable goods. If one comes onto an unfortunate end, as so often is in their line of work, it's unlikely to cause a unified response from whatever faction or organization they are affiliated with. So you're telling me I could just rob this smuggler and take all of his goods? Don't get caught in the systems. Yeah. Well, I feel like we have lots of pirate stuff here right now. Now, I'd like to know, are these debris fields or asteroid belts? Right now we're making like daily money, but that's definitely not going to last. Happens in hyperspace, stays in hyperspace. I feel like we should save just in case. Fast pickets. Going towards those pirates. Yeah, see, those are just asteroids. And this is a derelict gate. Nothing happens when you fly through it. Ow. Well, we could just keep fighting pirate fleets. A stellar mirror. Pirate tundra world. I guess like taking worlds from pirates is a way to make a good colony. Like I feel like helping out homies in fights is just like making me free money right now. No, I can't say for certain how true that is. Probably you want to go that way with everybody else. We'll put an engagement on him to start. Yeah, this guy's got a cool, like... Man, what is that ability? He can, like, jump through hyperspace? Or perhaps shunt through hyperspace? Okay, we nuked that dude. He is likewise going down as fast. Oh, giant asteroids. This ion gun is awesome. Like, super, super useful. What do we have left? Like one ship? Go get her. Somebody go get her. Captain on this ship too. Dude, not even. Not even. I didn't even need those guys' help. There's a light taker. I will let the second in command handle it. And I guess I could just have him use the custom drone tender. Consider ship recovery. Combat freighter, combat freighter. Yeah, I don't think I want any of those. Light attack destroyer. I have 7 story points, but this is like really donked up, so. 1,200 credits. What a ton of loot. There's so much good loot out there. Some ships can teleport via phase anchors. Other ships are dedicated phase ships. So that's our wolf ship, this guy, right? He has a high-tech design. He's got a phase skimmer. Teleports the ship a short distance in the direction it's traveling. The system can store up to 3 charges at once. High-tech types. Cool. Recall device. Teleports all fighters back to the carrier. Oh, man. 6 fighter bays? I want one of these. An astral carrier. That might be our endgame goal. Is anything else here a carrier? This, I guess, is just the list of every ship in the game. The Mora carrier. 3 fighter bays. And there's a bunch of locked entities. Tri-Tech has high-tech vehicles. You'll love the Odyssey, yeah. The Legion. The Odyssey battle cruiser. Brief engine boost, propelling the ship forward at extreme velocity. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty badass too. I mean, the high-tech carrier definitely seems like what I want. Can we also... Sorry, can I salvage those ships now too? %. I mean, let's do it. Atropos class torpedo. A single advanced guided torpedo. Payload smaller than usual to make room for advanced guidance packaging. So there's a stellar mirror here. Common terraforming tool. And this is a level 4 pirate world. Level 5 pirate world? Level 4 stability? Poor farmland. Diffuse volatiles. Common organics. Habitable. Heavy batteries. Spaceport farming, mining. Dude, I can't wait to check the colony stuff as we get bigger. The idea of having a little colony is pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to know how to learn if something is asteroids or shipwrecks. Because that's also not entirely clear to me. Free burn up to this. I think maybe shipwrecks don't really show on the map. Yeah, this is all just asteroids. Trade convoy, pirates. Contacts and inquiries let you know that a pirate trade convoy is preparing for a voyage and will soon depart for Umbra. The fleet will carry food, organics, and drugs. From Quaris. Well, that's where we just left. So I guess the real question is, like, do I have to wait 9 days for them to leave the planet? Wrecks don't show up until you discover them. Okay. Show up on the map as derelict ships. See, we're learning. We're learning lots of things. Interdiction pulse interrupts movement abilities. Okay. So otherwise, there's not really anything of value for me in here anymore. Hiding in the belt and waiting? For like 9 days, though? Oh, 4 days. Does this count as a belt? Well, you're a pirate ship for sure, so. Light attack destroyer, standard comm frigate, attack frigate, standard combat frigate, hellborn frigate. We better bring everybody for this one, I think. Don't fight if I don't have to? Yeah, but fighting is fun. Any asteroid belt counts as a belt. It decreases your sensor profile, which you can use for smuggling. Aha, okay. Light attack destroyers. Standard combat frigate, a hellborn frigate, combat frigate. I mean, this guy is boosting ahead. I kind of want to just say, like, let's nuke him first. Go for the fighter strike. And I'm going to go for some, like, ion shots on him, I think. Uh-oh. I gotta get better at knowing when to strafe more appropriately. got dongered. I got absolutely dongered. Holy smoking backsides, dudes. That's everybody, right? Oh no, there is still one more ship. How do I show video feed? Oh, it's the phase ships fighting each other. That's kind of fun. But our guy is not doing so good on flux right now. Strike can be a dangerous opponent. That being said, its AI usually overextends forward. Can be easy picking if you isolate it. I feel like our guy is doing the better damage here, but it's really hard to say. If he can't get his flux levels down, or his hard flux down at least. Why is nobody else? Okay, they are coming to help him. It's just taking a long time. You got it, buddy. Nice. Flamed him out. Now the rest of the gang is here. Yeah, it's like he's having a really hard time breaking that that shield with whatever his laser guns are. Oh, here we go, though. That was messy. 15 crew lost, 50 crew lost, 15 recovered. We could get another standard combat freighter. I don't really have the supplies for it, but I don't know, man. It might not be a bad idea. Compromised armor, faulty power grid. Oh, I have compromised armor now. I have lasting damage on my ship. Interesting. Harpoon, MRM pod, medium. Ooh, this is very nice. I think we have some upgrades we can put that on. Serbs aren't great, but the strike on the other hand. 2 tactical lasers on the back. Okay, I need to turn off my transponder and go dark. And then there's a lot of things going on here. Tyrrell is ready to level up. I am ready to level up. Repairs are complete. So this stuff is like fuel capacity, personnel capacity, resources, but not rare items recovered from abandoned stations and other derelicts, better battle salvage, crew lost in non-combat operations, ship repair rate outside of combat up 50%, 25% of hull and armor damage taken repaired after combat ends. At no cost. Oh, well, that seems extremely useful. Recovered ships start with hull integrity and combat readiness. Okay, that seems very, very useful. Income. Stipend. No, that ship is costing me a lot to keep in storage. This guy. Level up. Cool. Point defense. Gunnery implants. Target leading accuracy for auto fire. Ballistic and energy weapon range. Weapon recoil. Peak operating time. Combat readiness degradation. Maximum combat readiness. Or maneuverability and top speed. So he currently has ballistic mastery. Ballistic weapons and ballistic weapon range. If I gave him gunnery implants, he'd get another 15% range. He'd get better weapon recoil, which feels like that would be effective. ECM rating of fleets when piloting a frigate, destroyer, or for larger hulls. Piloted ships, fighters from piloted ships. Combat endurance, helmsman. I mean, I feel like any of these could be pretty good for him. I would go for gunnery implants. That's what I'm leaning on. I want him to be like, I mean, he's leading the Hammerhead right now, so. So what does Mentor do? Increase their experience gain and gives them a wider range of skills to choose from, as well as optionally influencing their personality. Can only be done with an officer below maximum level. Requires a story point and gives 100% experience. Doubles the rate of experience gain, increases the range of skills and choose from. Cause them to be more cautious or more aggressive. Stay out of enemy range. Balanced approach. Engage at a range that allows the use of all their ships' weapons. Will pilot civilian ships as if they were combat ships and will employ any fighters under their command aggressively. I kind of feel like if this guy is going to be leading by battleships, let's make him aggressive. Make skills elite. Oh. Maximum of 1 elite skill each. Probably gonna end up giving him ballistic mastery, but they often hug enemy ships while at high flux. Well, what's done is done. We'll live and learn. Now, those are small spots. Okay, so I'm going to keep you with the harpoons, I guess. 200 versus armor. 200 versus armor. 200 versus shields. I kind of feel like swapping these out for light machine guns, given this guy's ballistic specialization, is the better choice. Damaged weapon mounts. Compromised hull. So somebody was saying in industry you can also fix D things. Reduces monthly supply consumption by 50%. Chance to remove 1 D-pod per month from a randomly selected ship in your fleet. Chance to quickly remove 1 D-mod from newly acquired ships. That's nuts. Huh. That's pretty crazy. I see why that's valuable. Okay, so we are waiting on intel. Two days until departure. Analyze orbital habitat for the pirates. Man, I really wanted to be friends with the pirates, but alas. That looks like a big fleet, but it is only Danger 2. I'm not in the best shape. So this is where I want to run an interdiction, right? Slows the fleet and uses its active sensor network to charge and release a powerful energy pulse that can disrupt the drive fields of nearby fleets. Interrupts any movement-related abilities such as sustained burn and prevents their use for some time. Interrupts charging interdiction pulses. Lasts for 6 seconds. Modified by the fleet's sensor strength. While the pulse is charging, the range at which the fleet can be detected gradually increases. You're close enough that you don't have to interdict them. But I guess I don't want to go dark anymore. I guess I do want a sustained burn. Oh, maybe not, actually. Oh yeah, we got him. If the fleet does not reach its destination safely, it will cause a shortage of commodities. In addition, its loss would reduce the accessibility of Quaros by 10% for 3 months. It resumes a neutral posture. Doesn't seem to know who we are. Hostilities will have a reduced impact on your reputation. Identify yourself. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm a bit worried about how damaged these ships are, but interdiction isn't all that useful for the player anyway, since AI fleets rarely run. Cargo's still being loaded, economy is real, and planets can die off. Proceed with that deployment, even if it's not the best job. So you're a support shuttle, you're a combat freighter, you're a combat freighter, you're a hellborn frigate. Drone tender. Look, let's take out those combat frigates first. Let our little teleport guy do his teleporting stuff. Where are their other big ships? I guess they held them back. That's fine. Those guys are being harassed by fighters. Wait, what is going on here? We're getting dummied by these dudes at the moment. Yeah, I just brutally lost that opener. Battleship is doing what it does best. Good show, Battleship. That's everybody? Maneuver to force a pitched battle, forcing them to fight you head on. I think let's just pursue them. And then we can transfer our second in command to handle it, and he cannot fail, is my understanding. Using any ship. Trading force is able to disengage without taking losses. We can get our combat freighter back. Overdriven combat freighter, standard freighter, combat freighter, support shuttle. Okay, that's fine. The pirates already hate me. Surveying equipment reduces the heavy machinery and supplies required to perform surveys depending on hull size. Cool. Swarmers, light machine guns, Vulcan cannons, heavy mortars. None of this appears to be all the drugs and stuff, though. Which I'm a bit confused about. I didn't let them finish loading, but they were leaving. Like they were already leaving the planet. It said it was still loading. Oh, should I go back then? Redo that? Ooh, that's a cool battleship. They orbit for a while. So much backseating today. There has been a lot of backseating for the no backseating tag, but it's been mostly useful backseating. Loading food, organics, and recreational drugs. I see. So I didn't understand that. Naturally, I assumed, like, if they had taken off from the planet, they were already loaded. I mean, the good news, this gives me more time. Okay, so now they're delivering. And now we're actually, like, prepared for combat as well. A little live and learn, hey? So, you're an overdriven combat freighter. Let's definitely wipe you. My freighter support shuttle. Let's wipe out these guys, and we'll go for a turn. Might even be able to avoid having one of our ships get destroyed here today, but nah, it's not guaranteed. I guess that's just everybody shoots at once. Doesn't really matter. It's just whether or not I have the side open. Dongers. Is that everybody? Show is. Bunch of ships retreated. So we'll pursue them. Order our second in command to do it. I'm just going to give him all the ships, because why not? It's kind of what it feels like. I know I did lose a ship. I should get a lot of supplies from this. Drugs. Recreational drugs, organics, food, a devastator cannon, a rapid-fire capital-sized flak cannon. Developed by the Domain Armada using generic parts in response to a rebellious world which managed to acquire an extensive set of fighter LPCs. Large ballistic anti-fighter area. High explosives. Dude, if I could put that on that battleship, which I might be able to. Now, I gotta be careful because these are illegal recreational drugs. No. No supplies. Too much cargo. I didn't really get much in the way of supplies from that fight. $30 per unit, 20 per unit, 30 per unit. 200 per unit. Do you all have different, like, weight classes, though? So I'm gonna have to eject all this food. Find balance with it. Being too strict with the rules can kill the chatter. Tips to make gameplay smoother. Yeah. Do this, then this. I just shrug. Yeah, 100%. It's kind of how I feel about it. So I guess we're just ejecting this into space, which is a bit of a bummer, but... Always do the metals first. It's kind of what it was leading me to believe earlier. All right. 4 different weight classes: frigates, destroyers, cruisers, and capitals. RIP all that food, I guess. So I have to try and get into here now without being spotted with all these drugs. I will also say I could salvage. Do salvage operations here. Oh, there's even more food. I mean, I guess if I can manage to sell it off, we could always just like come back and get it afterwards. There is another trade convoy leaving that station in 4 days. How do I do this? So I've gone dark, but I have to get onto that planet without my transponder on. I have to use my transponder to land, right? You might be able to trade with otherwise inhospitable factions. Running with transponder off will attract the attention of nearby patrols. Just use the black market. Suspicion level none. Anything and everything can be bought or sold. There are no tariffs. More goods are available when stability is low. Selling enough of a commodity will temporarily resolve a shortage. Black market transactions may catch the eyes of authorities, resulting in cargo scans and reduced faction standing, unless the trades are carried out with the transponder turned off. Engaging in legitimate trade as a cover reduces the probability of attracting the attention of authorities. So, like, I could do that and then go to the open market and sell these organics. And then perhaps buy a ton of supplies. Would be an idea. Sorry, what did I click? Did I try to buy that or something? Abort. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Sorry, I had to Alt-Tab for a second to turn stuff off. Oh, yeah, and sell the organics here. Maybe held Alt. That is exactly what I did. What does Alt do? Buy everything? Telling LPCs. Alt and mouse over for quick transfer. Okay. I made a lot of money from all them drugs. I am going to need way more supplies than that, though. So... okay. Heavy mortars. Arbalist auto cannon. Medium ballistic anti-shield. Small hybrid turrets. Oh yeah, I guess railguns are best up there. Atropos class torpedoes, single ammo. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this guy's ship seems to be doing like pretty well the way it is. I don't know. I want to make any changes to him. This guy, I feel like, needs a pilot because he's got this sick graviton beam. These are anti-shield. These are anti-everything. These are anti-armor. Yeah, so I do feel like you could probably just use an upgrade. How do I, like, buy ships? Ah. Salvage rig, Wayfarer, Vigilance. Wow. Ships are really expensive. Hard to believe a hammerhead cost that much money when we got a hammerhead for basically nothing. Now, some major defects on it, but... okay. Now you should be able to go out and do a bounty. Fill empty to the capacity of the item. Control click. It was the tutorial. That's true. That's very, very true. Dockside Barrow's got nobody to hire. So yeah, I guess I don't really have a large ballistic slot on anything. Long range Pylum LRM, medium missile slot. What about you? Are these all just like light machine guns, small ballistic turrets? Yeah, I guess so. And you have a pile of LRM. You've got bombers, you've got heavy fighters. You've got fighters. Ah, yes. And okay, so we could probably go back, go to the academy, talk to the people there, and then go pick up that ship that we've had in storage. And we could start prepping to make like an actual proper capital ship, because even our ship now has compromised armor. Armor rating reduced by 20%, right? So I think let's plan that, but why don't we plan that for our next episode? And we'll cut this one here. Until next time, bye-bye.